we bring on Ryan Hannable, who covers the Patriots for WEEI in Boston for a few minutes to talk about the quarterback situation and the 2-0 start for New England. And the play of Jimmy Garoppolo has been pretty impressive. Good morning, Ryan. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. Thanks for a few minutes. Hey, start with, before we get to the injury, start with your impressions of Garoppolo. I mean, is this like above and beyond what anybody thought? Maybe Belichick thought he would be this good, but from a media standpoint, from the fan standpoint, what are they saying about Jimmy Garoppolo?
Yeah, I mean, everyone kind of thought, he would handle himself well and, do well with the situation. But I think he sort of proves people, did more than what many people expected. I mean, you looked at the Arizona game when he left the team, that game-winning field goal drive down by 1 point late in the game. That was very impressive. And then, the first 1.5 quarters last Sunday against the Dolphins, he put on a clinic. He made the Dolphins secondary look almost like, a Pop Warner team, with 3 touchdowns in the first 3 drives of the game, and really looked great. Looked like an NFL quarterback, and he performed well on third down. He's been really, really good, so it was really tough to see him go down, but I think he really exceeded, all expectations.
There's no way he's right. There's no way we'll see Jimmy Garoppolo Thursday, right? He's out.
I mean, you would think not, but I mean, Belichick just spoke actually 30 minutes ago down here at Gillette, and he didn't really give much insight. I mean, he actually said that he plans on Garoppolo being at practice. I mean, you saw what happened on Sunday, and you would think that he has no chance of playing, but the team won't confirm that, and I think they're going with the assumption that maybe, he could be in a position to back up Jacoby Brissett, and that's why we haven't seen another quarterback, come in. So, it's a fluid situation, but if I had to guess right now, Jacoby Brissett starts Thursday night and Garoppolo's backup.
What's the scouting report on Brissett?
He's a young kid, obviously, drafted out of NC State. He's a bigger quarterback. He has a pretty good arm, live arm. He can also make, some plays with his feet like we saw on Sunday. But, I mean, he's only been in the NFL since, May and June. So he hasn't been around much. He doesn't really know, what life is in the NFL, really. So, I mean, they're really going to have to dumb down the playbook, I would say. And I would expect a lot of running plays, this week with LeGarrette Blount.
Ryan, Zach Bye hanging out here in studio with Roger this morning on Big Board Sports. Houston coach Bill O'Brien is 6-0 against rookie starting quarterbacks. Regardless of what happens on Thursday night, is the mood in Patriot land, we're okay with what happens because this is a scenario at 2-1 that we would have signed up for?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair to say. I think the win against Arizona sort of surprised many people. And then sort of, going into week 5, I think many people wanted, to be 3-1, and they would take 3-1. And I would say, out of these next 2 games, the Patriots could probably steal a win. Who knows? Maybe they could get Garoppolo back for week 4 against the Bills. So, when you looked at the beginning of the season, sort of the goal was at least 3-1 to get to Brady when Brady comes back. And I think that can still definitely be accomplished, even if Brissett starts these next 2 games.
Time with Ryan Hannable, covers New England, WEEI in Boston. How about Gronkowski? How close is he to returning? And of course, when you got Martellus Bennett doing what he does, catching touchdown passes, you can, and you've won 2 games, I guess you can make sure that Gronk is 100% healthy before you bring him back. What are you hearing from Mr. Belichick about Gronk?
Not much from Belichick. That's actually kind of got lost in the mix with all the Garoppolo stuff. No one's really even mentioning Rob Gronkowski, but I would say, given the fact that they held him out on Sunday and this game on Thursday, I kind of think they had in their minds they were targeting the week 4 game, sort of give him, an extra 10 days of rest to, make sure the hamstring's 100%, given his importance to the team. So I wouldn't expect him to play Thursday night, and I think that maybe we'll look to get him ready to go week 4 against the Bills. And like you said, they can afford to, take their time because of the Martellus Bennett. And he really showed that he can do a lot of things. He blocked in that Arizona game, and then we saw him, catch a couple passes, including the touchdown last week.
Ryan, is it possible we've seen the end of Garoppolo? I mean, the shoulder injury is no joke. I mean, it's a throwing shoulder, and I know Bill probably just isn't going to divulge all that much information. There's a real chance that Patriot fans have seen the end of Garoppolo, get a couple of games with Brissett here, and then here comes Tom Brady back for the rest of the season. Then you just talk about he's got 1 year left on his contract, and see what the future is for Garoppolo in New England.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole, there's a lot of moving parts with that whole Garoppolo situation. I mean, a sprained AC joint, a lot of quarterbacks have played with it before. It's more of a pain tolerance thing. Ben Roethlisberger played after a week, and so, I mean, it's possible for him to play in that Week 4 game. But like you said, a quarterback's shoulder is probably the most important part on his body, really. So, he needs that to be 100%. And then, like you said, Brady comes back in Week 5, and then obviously, if Garoppolo has to play the rest of the year, that means something happens to Tom Brady, and, next year too. So, with his contract expiring at the end of 2017, obviously a lot of teams are probably going to be calling the Patriots, this offseason to, offer up their package for Garoppolo, considering, his effectiveness in these first couple of games. But if you're the Patriots, if you really like what you see in Garoppolo and really want him to be the quarterback of the future, I think you have to sort of go after that now. Maybe, sign him to an extension to keep him around, because once I think he hits free agency, he's going to get blown away by these contract offers like we saw with Brock Osweiler. So it's really, a situation that's going to evolve over the next couple months and really next year or so. And it's definitely something to watch, and it's going to be very interesting.
Ryan Hannable, thanks for a few minutes. WEEI in Boston on the New England Patriots coming up Thursday night game at home against Houston. We'll get back in touch. But thanks, Ryan, for a few minutes here on Big Board Sports in Albany.
No problem, Roger. Thanks a lot.
Take care, man.